Good day guys, Mark here again, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, you love cars, DIYs, and anything car related, please consider subscribing and check out my playlist. Okay guys, so it's been a while since I uploaded a video. It's because I really have nothing much to do in my car since I'm really maintaining it well. And so most of the things that I'm doing is just preventive or periodic maintenance, or that's my personal maintenance. So today, since Neo, or basically my Hyundai Eon, is already 6 years old, having 73 going 74,000 kilometers in it, I was thinking on replacing the valve cover gasket. So this is it. I'm actually selling this as well for only 350 bucks, or 350 pesos. Okay guys, so for today's DIY, you just need a size 10 T-wrench or a ratchet size 10, an extension, your valve cover gasket, and also this would be the perfect time for you to inspect the engine. Alright guys, so first thing that you want to do is basically remove the air filter, get that out of the way, and you'll be removing 6 size 10 bolts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the timing belt cover as well, and inspect the timing belt, and also we'll be removing the what they call it, the hose on the PCV valve. So you'll need a pliers to loosen up the clamp, and that's basically it. So let me do it and show you guys on what to do. Okay, so first thing that we'll do is we'll remove the air filter assembly. Let's get that out of the way. So you'll be using a size 10 T-wrench or size 10 ratchet, whichever is available. And also, why do you want to replace this is because later I'll show you guys why. Okay. Air filter is alright. So after removing the air filter assembly, you'll be removing 6 size 10 bolts. You'll remove the clamp for the breather hose, which is this one, and the hose for your PCV valve, that one, or the clamp rather. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the clamp. And for the PCV valve. And also guys, this would be the perfect time for you to check the internals of your engine. Probably check if you'll see like metal particles and basically things that aren't supposed to be there. So I'm removing the hoses for the PCV valve and the breather. Okay guys, so let me just explain real quick Okay, so if you remove the hose on the PCV valve, you'll see some oil right in there. Okay, so this is where you install the if you want to install an oil catch can, this is the place you wanna, in between the hose on your manifold and the PCV valve. Okay, so what the oil catch can does is basically separate the oil from the air, preventing it from reaching the manifold, reaching your injectors and valves. Okay, what happens is the blow-by gases on your engine, or the basically the pressure that escapes the in between the piston rings, goes down to your crankcase, and from your crankcase, the pressure basically goes on your PCV valve to basically release the pressure. Okay. All right. So for this, what we're going to do is we're gonna remove the bracket or the wirings, because this is going to get in the way when we remove the gasket. So this one and then this one. Okay, so we'll remove that too. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing.
A few moments later.
Okay, so okay, so we got 3 loose already. That's the 4th bolt. The 5th bolt and the 6th. Okay, very good. Okay, this one. Number 2. Okay, bolt number 3. Be careful, guys, when removing the bolt. Okay, make sure you hold it tightly, because we don't want those bolts falling in your engine. Bolt number 5, and last but not the least, we have bolt number 6. Okay. Let's see if we'll be able to. Okay. So that's loose. Because this is the 3rd time that I basically removed the valve cover. The first one Both actually, is because I adjusted the what do you call this, the valve clearance. So last time I checked, everything is within specs, so adjustment is really not required. Alright, so there we go. So this is your valve cover, and let me show you guys the gasket. And that, guys, is your gasket. Okay, so this is the bad boy that we'll be replacing today. Alright, so you can see, guys, the engine is really clean. See, no residue whatsoever. And yeah, I'm actually using fully synthetic since day one.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Alright, guys, so it's basically about to rain, so you need to do this in a bit of a hurry. And also, guys, you can see on the video, there's really no sludge buildup on my engine. Okay, so this is the new gasket. So FYI, guys, so these are your rocker arms. Okay, that's the rocker arm, that's the valves. Okay, so this is the intake. So these guys are the intake, and these are the exhaust valves. So there are a total of 9 valves, so two each per cylinder for the intake, and 1 each for the exhaust. Okay, so this is your valve retainer. So that's the valve retainer. Okay, and then the valve spring, the valves, and this is your valve tappet, this one. So that's the one you basically adjust to check the clearance. So this one, that's basically in between the rocker arm. So the rocker arm for the Eon is basically a roller type. So if you, this one, the metal that I'm pointing that goes up to here, that's basically the camshaft. Okay, so this one, so that's a long rod, that's the camshaft. Okay, and this is the cam gear, and basically the timing belt. Okay, so since it's about to rain, I'll be doing this in a hurry. Alright, guys, so when replacing the gasket, so this is the old and this is the new, you just need to make sure that the surface is basically clean, so that the new gasket will basically have a good seal. So I'm basically wiping it clean, free from dust and debris. Because if you'll just be replacing the gasket without cleaning the surface. It would be useless because the gasket wouldn't seal really good. Okay, so now that's clean. We'll now be putting the gasket on the cover. Okay guys, so again guys, let me just show you the state of my engine. That's really clean. Okay, you don't see any discoloration. It's clean basically. So that means the oil that I'm using is doing a good job, or has good cleaning agent. Okay, so each time you open your valve cover, that's basically the color you want to see. You don't want to see black color inside your engine, because pretty much if you remove the valve cover gasket and if the color is black, that would give you a good idea on what the color of the internal parts are, like your crankshaft, the bearings, and the rest. Okay. I'm really happy with the oil that I'm using. Again, you can see that the engine is good. The secret of having a clean engine is basically regular oil change interval, and of course use a decent oil or a good brand of oil. Use the recommended viscosity. If you use a heavier or a thicker oil, since we have a small engine, that would add extra load on your engine, making it consume more gasoline, and the performance wouldn't be optimized. Okay, so at this point guys, I'm basically just returning the bolts. Make sure guys, if you tighten the bolt, you do it in sequence, okay? Like what I'm doing. Almost done. That's good. Now time to return the bolts on the harness. Okay. This too. Okay guys, so after returning the bolts, the harness bracket, the wire harness bracket, time to return the hose for the PCV valve and the breather hose. Okay, and of course don't forget to return the clamp. Okay. Clamp for the PCV valve. Alright. Now, time to return the airbox assembly. So at this point guys, don't return the bolts yet. So we'll be starting the engine and basically check for leaks, okay? So let me go ahead and start our engine. Alright guys, so engine is running. This is not secured yet. We'll let the engine run for a few minutes. Okay, so while we're waiting for the engine to warm up, we'll be returning the bolts of the airbox assembly. The reason I you tighten the bolts yet or return the bolts yet is basically just check for leaks if there are oil leaking, because sometimes you tend to forget one or two bolts in the cover gasket. Sometimes that will cause an oil leak. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I'm not seeing any oil coming out on the side of the valve cover. So good thing we actually just finished, because it's starting to rain. Engine sounds good, idle is good. There's really not much vibration here. Last check. Alright, perfect. Let me just get the tools and we'll finish the vlog inside the car. Alright guys, so we just finished replacing the valve cover gasket, which would be this one. So this is my original valve cover gasket. Okay, so this is the original valve cover gasket. It's still soggy, but some of the corners are getting hard already, and you saw earlier that there's already a slight oil leak on some of the areas of the valve cover. So I'm actually in the passenger seat. So it's raining already. It's raining, guys. Yeah, so that's basically how you replace the valve cover gasket. It's pretty easy. You'll just need to remove 5 5, 11, 13 bolts in total, plus 2 clips. And did I count that right? 6, 5, 11, 13. That's total of 14 bolts. 13 to be removed and 1 to loosen up. That's for the airbox assembly. And 2 clips for the PCV valve, the breather hose, and 2 bolts for the wire harness, and you should be good to go. Again, guys, please remember, before putting the new valve cover gasket, please clean the surface first. No need to put anything like gasket maker, gasket shellac, or anything in particular. All you need to do is just clean the surface for the new valve cover gasket to seal properly. Okay. Yeah. So right now, I will be trying to do some more DIYs, guys. I'm still thinking of a some other videos. If you have any suggestions, please comment down below or message me on my Facebook account. And I'll try to make a tutorial video for you guys. Yeah, that's basically it. Again, guys, this is Mark. Thank you so much for joining me today, and see you guys on the next video.